So as you guys can see, I'm running a GTX 960, an AMD FX A350, 8GB RAM, and that's at 4K at 60 Hz. So today we're going to try to play GTA 5 at 4K using this GTX 960, and we'll see if it can handle it at all. I'm kind of guessing it won't, but we'll see how it goes. Also, if you're interested, I have, I guess, 4K benchmarks for GTA 5 as well on the GTX 970 and the 980. Obviously, the 980 did it pretty damn great. The 970 did it okay. Like, 980 would play the game at pretty much full settings for the most part, kind of here and there. 970 would play it at, like, normal settings, and I'm guessing this will probably play it at low settings. But let's get into this video, play a little bit of games, and find out. I'm using a GTX 970 that has 4GB of VRAM, which is much better suited for games like this that use a lot of VRAM. Make sure you guys can see that. It's using quite a bit of the RAM already, although I think I have my settings turned up. So let's mess with the settings and I'll show you guys what I do. Alright, so actually I'm behind the camera now, so my audio is probably going to sound a little bit weird, but let's go over to graphics. So I turned most of the graphics down. As you can see, it's using a lot less memory than it was before, because before I still had my settings that I was using with my GTX 980, which this 960 probably won't be able to handle. But as you see, I have everything pretty much turned to normal right now, and it's using 1.7 gigabytes. Of course, it's 4K at windowed borderless, FXA turned on, MSA turned off, VSync on, which actually I should probably turn that off, because I don't really need VSync on. It probably won't even get up to 60 frames anyway. Yeah, but as you can see, like, most of the stuff is at normal. Some of it's turned off, but like most of it's at normal. So yeah, not too bad. So let's start up the game, get into some online matches, and just kind of see what happens. Oh, by the way, I guess actually maybe I should mention first, I didn't do anything with the advanced settings. I mean, with the 960, don't even think about going to the advanced settings. Alright, so we're in the apartment, and the frame rate right on the corner, which you guys probably won't be able to see, but I'll try to keep you guys updated on the frame rate. It's 38 right now, which is not really too great, but we'll go in the garage, and what the fuck, go in the garage, and we'll get a car and drive around. Alright, so here we are in the game with 4K and normal settings. Mostly everything's turned down, and this game is still kind of struggling, to be honest. I'd say it's hovering right around 35-ish frames per second, which I guess is basically Xbox performance, but of course at 4K. So yeah, I could definitely tell a significant difference between... Lester's calling me right now. Get the fuck out of here, Lester. But, I can tell a pretty significant difference between the 970 and the 960, despite this having 4GB of VRAM, while the 970 technically really only has 3.5GB, if you really think about it. But, yeah, you know, I mean, it's playable. Is it a best experience? Definitely not. But, you know, it's okay. Maybe we should try upping up the settings a little bit. Alright, so the game is going to restart now, but I changed all the settings to high on pretty much everything besides, like, MSAA and all that stuff. I didn't turn that stuff on. But all the normal settings, I made them high instead of normal. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Probably nothing good is going to happen out of that. About 2.7 gigabytes of the RAM is being used with all of everything at high. So, if you had a regular GTX 960, even if you tried to do high, you probably really couldn't, because it only comes stock with 2 gigabytes of RAM, but mine has 4 gigabytes. So we'll see if that gives us any advantage at all. Of course, it's still basically the same GPU, it just has double the memory, so it's probably not going to give us too much of an advantage, but we'll see. Alright, and right as soon as we get in the game, we're showering for some fucking reason, but, I guess let's stop. Why the fuck am I showering? What? Alright, so the frame rate actually is somewhat similar to what it was before. Looks like I'm rocking like 20, the high 20s, bumping to 30 at times. In the apartment, of course, it'd probably be a little bit different outside. But I guess, you know, I mean, I turned everything from normal to high, and we're still getting definitely pretty similar frame rates than we were getting before. So that's somewhat promising, I guess, you know. I remember whenever I tried to play the GTX 970 at high settings, even the 970 had troubles. I think from what I remember, the 970 was playing maybe a little bit better than this, but really not a whole lot more. And the 970 at high settings, I believe I was getting frame rates right around something like 35-ish or something like that. If you guys check out the video, which you can see exactly what it is. But I'm getting like 25-ish frames per second, which, you know, it's not the most playable thing in the world, I'll tell you what. But it's definitely not the worst playable thing I've ever seen either. Considering that it's 4K, 60 hertz, well, 60 hertz display. But we're rocking 25 frames. That's not really too terrible. So do you guys like my pimp machine? Yeah, purple underglow. Got that two-tone going on. It looks pretty fucking sweet, doesn't it? I really wish this car was actually fast. It's really honestly pretty fucking slow. But in my opinion, this little surf shack like mobile is fucking dope. So yeah. You fuck. You fuck. Go fuck yourself. Oh, I killed that person. Fuck you, bitch. I don't know if you guys have the same trouble, but every time I try to like invite people to like a race or something on GTA, I can never get people to join. And like if I ever try to join like some random heist or something like that, like they almost always kick me and I'm like, fuck you, man, I'm not that bad at this game. So I don't really know what's up with that. I feel like I always have trouble with getting people to join my fucking games though. What the fuck? Alright, let's get in this race. Let's just try out this frame rate. The frames are still rocking like 25-ish, by the way. And I'll keep you guys updated throughout this race, which I'm most likely going to lose, to be completely honest. But that's okay. I like my little purple El Camino. It's pretty fucking dope. Too bad it's already in second place and I'm not doing very good. But that's okay. I mean, it's actually some, I mean, it's not like borderline playable. It's definitely playable. It's just a little bit crappy. I feel like if you're going to use this graphics card on like a 1440p screen, it would be kind of in like a sweet spot. Probably a little bit overkill 1080p unless you're rocking pretty high frame rate. But for 60 FPS, I'd say probably 1440p might be the sweet spot. 4K is probably, you know, asking a little bit too much for this graphics card. But I don't know. I will say, with the 4GB edition, I'm really kind of surprised that the performance is pretty goddamn similar if you do, if you're rocking high settings or normal settings. That's pretty shocking, if you ask me, to be honest. So I guess if you have the 4GB edition of this card, you might as well rock high settings on 4K, because you really don't lose too much frames. You know what I need to try next in this game at 4K? I need to try the GTX 980 Ti, because I guarantee the 980 Ti would just demolish this game at 4K. It has 6GB of GDDR5 memory, which is just more than plenty for this game. I guess, you know, the GPU is of course way faster. It's very similar to a GTX Titan X, or not. I don't know if it is a GTX. Yeah, or just a Titan X. So it'd be nice to try that. Those cards are a little bit expensive, but I might be able to see if I can get one for a little bit. By the way, I am still solidly in last place out of 2 people. But my frame rate isn't too terrible. I mean, rocking high 20s right now, 28 frames per second. So, yeah, I definitely didn't need VSync, I'll tell you that much. It's a good thing I turned that off, but it's really not too terrible. I try different views, will it be any different? Oh, no, it's pretty much the same. Alright. Second place, woo! Okay, so, yeah, I guess might as well just finish up this video. I don't want to make it too much longer. So basically, GTX 970, will it play GTA 5 at 4K? You know, it'll play it decently, I guess. I don't know what's up with that glitch with the people on top of that guy. But if you're trying to run GTA 5 at 4K, probably 970 is a better choice in this card. Just save up a little bit more and get a 970. But that said, if you have like a 1440p screen, which, let's get a little bit lighter over here. If you have a 1440p screen, or if you, I don't know, if you just want to run 1080p at like pretty high frame rates with high settings at the same time, then it's probably a good idea. I guess one thing we can also do is check out the temperature. Looks like this thing is running at 60 degrees Celsius, which really isn't too bad. Actually, according to the software, it's actually using 95% of my memory. This game is, so that's nice. So if you have a GTX 960 with 2 gigabytes of RAM, you'll probably definitely struggle since I'm using pretty much all of it right now. But if you have the one with 4 gigabytes of RAM, you'll be able to play 4K decently. It's, you know, I mean, it's a cheap graphics card. It's cheaper than like a 970 or 980. So you get what you get whenever you get a cheaper graphics card. But if you want to do it from time to time, it'll work. But, you know, I wouldn't suggest it all the time because you might get a little bit pissed off from 25 to 20 frames per second. Not ideal. That said, thank you guys for checking out this benchmark video. If you thought it was cool, drop a like on it. If you did think it was cool, actually, too, go ahead and check out my other benchmark videos if you haven't seen them already. They're kind of cool. But beyond that, you guys have a great motherfucking day. And let me know what you guys think about a 980 Ti video in the future. Let me know what you think about that. And I guess actually a Radeon R9 390X as well, because I'll probably get that. And I'll see how that works at 4K as well. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Have a great motherfucking day. Peace out.